Welcome, dear students. Today we're going to continue chapter 4, immunity in living organisms, and starting with some information about the immunity in the plants and how the plant defends on their bodies against different pathogens. Let's start our lesson today. The biochemical immunity or biochemical defenses for the plant. The immunological mechanisms including two main steps in our lesson. Number one, the receptors that recognize the presence of the pathogens and also that activate the plant defenses. And these compounds are found in healthy and infected plants. So remember that those compounds, they aren't exist only in the healthy plant, but they are found in the infected plants. And also the concentration increases in the plant after the infection. So some substances or chemicals, they are already exist in the plant, okay, and after infection, what happened to the infected tissues or the plants? The concentration, the amount of these substances increases after infection. The function of these compounds, the main function of them, they are doing what? They activate, they force or stimulating the innate immune system in the plant. So we connect between the structure and innate immune system. After that, we have the antimicrobial chemicals. So we have two in the biochemical defenses. We have two main steps. Number one, the receptors that increases after infection. Number two, the antimicrobial chemicals. Some plants secrete chemical compounds to fight and to resist the pathogen. And these compounds, they are maybe already found in the plant before the infection, or sometimes they are formed due to the infection. So it doesn't necessarily that the compounds, they are already exist in the plant before the infection. No, but they are sometimes exist and sometimes they are absent, and they are appear after the infection of the plant. From these compounds are like phenols and glucosides. Those are examples of the antimicrobial chemicals. They are toxic chemical compounds that causes killing for pathogenic organisms such as bacteria, and that may inhibit their growth. Production of non-protein amino acids. These acids or these compounds, they don't enter in the structure of the proteins of the plants, but they are already appeared or secreted after infection. They act as a protective substances for the plant. And they also include toxic chemical compounds for the pathogens. So they are toxic, but not for the plant. They are toxic for the infected pathogens or for any external factor that may infect the plant. For example, like something called cephalosporin and also cannabine. Those are amino acids or non-protein amino acids. And also we have antimicrobial proteins. Some plants produce proteins that weren't present in the plant. They don't exist in the plant before infection, but they are found after the infection. They produced as a result of infection and react, or they are combined with the toxins produced by pathogenic organisms. The changing it into a non-toxic compound to the plant. So we have some substances. When the pathogen infected the plant, what happened? The toxic or the infected inside the plant, it secretes some substances. They combine or react with the secretion of the pathogen and they change it, convert it into what? Into non-toxic compound to the plant. And sometimes the plants produce some enzymes. They are known as what? Detoxifying enzymes. These enzymes, they react with what? The toxins that produced by the pathogens and invalidate them, or they stopping their action and their toxicity. Finally, we have something which is called the inducible post-infection. What does it mean, the inducible post-infection? Well, some plants promote or they activate and they strengthen their defenses after the infection in order to protect what? Themselves from any new infection. And by these words, right now we have finished from the immunity system in the plant, and after that we're going to start in the immunity in the human. Okay, human immune system. The organism or most of the organs of the immune system, they aren't attached together. They aren't positioned throughout the body. They are scattering. Okay. And we have here a picture that shows for us the human system. And as it appears, the human immune system in the human, it doesn't look like digestive or respiratory system. Okay, it doesn't connect it together or link it together. But they are a group of cells or tissue. They are scattered through your body. Okay, and as we're going to study different, there's like spleen, like lymph nodes, like tonsils, and so on. But they are connected by a such way. Okay. What are the features of immune system in our body? Number one, the parts of this system, as we said, they are scattered, they are separated, they aren't connected together. The parts aren't linked to each other in the anatomy, their anatomy succession, and they are not like the digestive system or respiratory system or circulatory system, but they are scattered. So at different parts of the human immune system throughout the body, but they are what interact and connect by such way and cooperate together. Though they are scattered, and although they are separate from each other, but they are working together and they are interact and cooperate to each other, okay, by a harmonious, coordinated manner. So we have here the working of the immune system under the effect of what? Of the hormones, as we studied in the chapter 2, the hormonal coordination, as also we're going to study in this chapter. So the organs of the immune system, they are work or functionally act as a one unit, and they are called lymphoid organ. This unit is called what? Lymphoid organ. Because of what? Because they are the home to the lymphocytes, as we're going to study the lymphocyte in details, which are what? The main components of the lymphatic system. Okay? What is the most important components that including in our immune system? The lymphoid organs. These organs that contain a large numbers of lymphocytes, where the maturation, they are growing, and differentiation, they are be specialized of the lymphocytes that take place from these organs. So the main importance of these organs, they are what? They are responsible for maturation and differentiation of the lymphocytes. Okay. Also, bone marrow. Bone marrow, it is the group of tissue that already exists inside the hollow bones inside your body. It is a tissue inside flat bones in your skeletal system, such as what? Like clavicle bone, like sternum bone, like your skull, and also the vertebral column, the ribs, the shoulder, the pelvis. Any flat bone inside your body, it includes a tissue which is called bone marrow, and it has a main role in what? In the immune system. And also the heads of the long bones, such as what? Like the head of the femur and tibia, and also the humerus, which are responsible for the production of red blood cells and white blood cells and blood platelets. So besides the importance of immunity, they have an important role in production of the what? The components of the blood, which they are red blood cells and white BCs and also blood platelets. Thymus gland, starting with the thymus gland. Where is it located? Its location, it locates on the trachea, above the heart and behind the sternum bone. And to remember the sternum bone, it is the bone that connect the first 10 pairs of ribs, while the last 2 pairs, they are short. As you remember from the first chapter, they cannot reach to it, to the sternum bone, or sometimes we call it breastbone. What is the function of the thymus gland? Secretes thymosin hormone that stimulates the maturity of lymphoid stem cells, or we call it T cells. And also T cells and their differentiation into what? Into different types inside the thymus gland. And this is the thymus gland, which is found, as we said, what? It's found, yes, near the heart and located on the breast or on the sternum bone. Do you remember that its color? It looks like what? It looks like a faint red. After that, we have the spleen. Its size, it is a small lymphoid organ. Its size isn't more than about your fist, and it's a dark red. Where it locates? Located in the upper left side of the abdominal cavity. But what about the function of this spleen? It plays an important role in the body's immunity. So it has a lot of specialized white blood cells. They are called macrophages. Remember that. The bone marrow, it has an important role in manufacture of RBCs, white BCs, and blood platelets, okay? But this spleen, it is specialized for making and manufacture the specialized white blood cells. After that, I'm going to give you its information and details. They are called what? Macrophages, okay? Remember that, macrophages. The macrophages, they pick up all microbes or foreign bodies inside the body, or any somatic cells that they are very old, okay? The senescent somatic cells that they are very old, okay? We don't need them anymore. Such as what? The senescent red blood cells that they are disintegrated. They are so old. As you know that any red blood cells inside your body, it has a limited lifetime inside your body, about 120 days only, and after that they are disappeared and destroyed, okay? From one of the most important function for the spleen, or that secrete macrophage, or that manufactures macrophage, they have ability to destroy or to disintegrate and damage what? The old red blood cells, or the senescent red blood cells, okay? So its component to be like disposed, and they are disappeared in the body. and also contains other white blood cells. They are called what? Lymphocytes, which release a special proteins in the blood. This protein is known as what? Antibodies, as we're going to know how the antibodies work inside your body at the end of the chapter. Also, the antibodies, they hold the defense of the mission, which defends the body against germs and viruses, bacteria, and so on, any pathogen. Okay, this is a function of antibodies, that they are already manufactured or secreted by the spleen. And this is a form of the spleen, as we said, it's found in the abdominal cavity at the upper side or the upper location of the body. After that, we have tonsils. Okay, just I'm going to give you 2 seconds to remember. Do you know tonsils? Where they are found inside what? Your which cavity inside your body they are found? Okay, yes, tonsils, they are a specialized lymphoid or glands, and where they are located on both sides of the rear portion of the mouth. So they are nearly exist in the mouth cavity. Okay, what about the function of the tonsils? The tonsils pick up any microbes or foreign body that may enter with the food or air. So they have an important function in clarifying or clearing, okay, the entering food or entering air from the microbes and from foreign bodies. And also they prevent the entry of these pathogens through the food or through the water into the body. So they works to protect the body. And those are 2 tonsils of you. So remember that the tonsils, they have an important role of what? Preventing the pathogens from entering through what? Air and food. Yet we have also Peyer's patches. We have what? Peyer's patches. They are small lymphoid cells that accumulate or aggregated. Okay, accumulate means they are grouping in the form of groups, in the form of masses or bulks, and their aggregations, I mean the grouping together. Where they are located, their location, they spread to the mucous membrane that lining the lower part of the small intestine. Okay, do you know that our digestive system, it consists of or they separate into how many parts? Like we have a small intestine and large intestine. Okay, well, each part of them is isolating or that covered by such a way. Okay, so we have here something called what? The mucous membrane. This mucous membrane, it lines the lower part of the small intestine. What about the function of the Peyer's patches? Well, their full functions till now is unknown. Believe that? But they play an important role in the immune response against pathogenic microorganisms that enter the intestine. So it deals with the pathogens from outside or from inside. Okay, as soon as the microorganisms they attack or they enter the small intestine, it works to destroy them. Okay, also the lymph nodes. What about the function of the lymph nodes? They purify, clarify the lymph from any harmful substances or from any microbes. They also store white blood cells. They are called lymphocytes. So the stored white blood cells by the lymph nodes, they are called what? Lymphocytes. That help what? That help in the fighting against any disease or infection by the pathogens. Where they are located, The location of them, they present along a network of the lymphatic vessels that located in all the body parts. So there is no a specific part inside the body, but they are in a different and scattered body areas, as we're going to know right now. Under the armpits, at the two sides of the neck, they are also separated as a kind of nodes longitudinally, and in the upper thigh, and near the internal body's organs. I mean near to the sexual organs. The size of the lymph nodes, their size ranging from pinhead to the seed of a small beans. So it's a very tiny or very small, but they are scattered and spread all over the body, as we said. What about the properties of them? Well, the node is divided internally into pockets or chambers, okay? These pockets, they are filled by B lymphocytes, T lymphocytes, and macrophages. Again, we have pockets or we have chambers, and those chambers are filled with what? With three different pathogenic defending, like B lymphocytes, T lymphocytes, and macrophages, that doing what? They get rid of dermis and the deprived cells and every pathogen that may enter inside the body. And each lymph node is connected with the several lymph vessels that transfer or transport the lymph from the tissue to the nodes for what? For doing what? For filtration of the lymph. To do what? To remove or to get rid of the suspended foreign pathogen away from the body. So those pockets they have an important function in doing what? They connecting with several or another lymph vessels to what? To remove the foreign body away from the body. And we have a give reason here. Well, this is picture to show us what? The spreading of the lymph node through the body, okay, the upper part and lower part of the body, and we have here under microscopic structure of the lymph node, okay? It's a dissection for the lymph node. As we said, it's each node it considered as or includes pockets, and each pocket contains how many? Yes, there are three different types: a B lymphocyte, T lymphocyte, and macrophages to remove and to eliminate any pathogens into the body. Well, the lymphocytes, they form about from 20% to 30% of the white blood cells in the blood. So right now we're talking about what? The lymphocyte only. They are a type of white blood cells, and they represent about from 20 to 30% of the white blood, of the total amount of the white blood cells. How they are formed? Their formation, all lymphocytes are formed in the red bone marrow, okay, inside the what? Inside the bones, inside itself. At the beginning, they don't have any immune ability. At the starting of their formation, they don't have any kind of immunity, okay, but they pass in the process of the maturation. I mean, they are growing more and more and differentiated in the lymphoid organs, and after that it changes into what? Into the cells that have the ability of immunization. So the starting of creation of formation of these cells, at the beginning they don't have any kind of immunity, but after that there's two processes, okay? One of them which is maturation, to be growing off, and after that differentiation. Differentiation, it's mean what? They are being more specialized for a specific or as such pathogen, okay? After that they gain or take the ability of immunization, and also they revolve in the blood for what? researching for any microbes or foreign body. Okay, so they aren't exist in the same place, but they are what circulate with the blood circulation and searching for what microbes or any foreign body to attack it, to destroy it from the body. And also the defense and immune mechanism to what? To remove, to get rid of the pathogenic microbes to invade the body, producing and spread through inside the body. And sabotage is mean to fill down it, okay, to destroy it, to sabotage its tissue and distribution of its vital physiological functions. And this is a site of formation and maturation of lymphocytes. As we said, it's starting. There's no any ability or there's no any immunity mechanism, and after that, after the process of maturation and the process of specialization or differentiation, it has ability for what? For destroying the pathogens, and also it circulates and revolves inside the blood, searching for pathogens to destroy it and eradicate it. There are also 3 types of lymphocytes in the blood. Again, how many types of lymphocytes that we have? We have 3 types. Number 1, B cells. B cells, they are formed in the bone marrow, okay, and they complete their growth to become mature, to become more grown enough. Their function, they have identifying any microbes, okay, simply they are look like as what they are the soldiers, okay, inside your body, for what? To identify, to know it, to know the microbes or any foreign material such as bacteria or viruses. And by the way, we have some viruses the body cannot observe them, the body cannot detect them, okay, because of what? Because of these type of cells, B cells, they aren't work correctly, okay, like HIV virus. They adhere these foreign materials and produce antibodies for his material to what? To destroy it. So it has ability, B cells, they have ability of identifying, okay, and after that producing antibodies, finally destroy what? Destroy the foreign materials. Then we have the second type, which is T cells. They form about 80% of the lymphocytes and mature in the thymus gland. So we have the first type, which is what? B cells, okay, identifying and destroying. Number 2, T cells. They form about 80% of the lymphocytes and they are mature in the thymus gland, okay, where they differentiate the differentiation into several types. So we have B cells, it had just one type, while T cells, they are different types right now. Like what? We have helper T cells. The first one, which is what? Helper T cells, okay. They activate other types of the T cells. So we have the helper T cells. They are work as what? Activator for other type of the T cells, and also stimulated to do what? Stimulates mean, as we said it before, to force it, okay, to give it a spark, to do what? To do the responses. So stimulate B cells to produce antibodies. Remember that B cells, they want to work, okay, but T helper or the helper cells, they have a most important function, what? In activating the other cells.